We're breaking into programming right now with some breaking news from Hampton. We have a verdict in the Cory Bigsby trial. Bigsby was found guilty of killing his 4-year-old son, Cody, and then hiding the child's body. We're going to go out live right now to our reporter on the scene, Cory Bigsby. And Cory, I understand the jury is now leaving the building.
Yeah, they just left the building. That 12-person jury, that was 8 women and 4 men, and they were escorted out by deputies who walked them to their cars. They didn't really want to talk at all. They were shaking their head like no, they didn't want to give any comments. Some people, one woman I saw kind of had a hoodie on, and people are just coming out the courtroom just screaming. They're happy. They're like, he is guilty. We just hear a woman who said, we did it. And so we're waiting to hear from those attorneys that are still inside right now. As I mentioned, I think our Chris Horn is over here. He was in the courtroom. I don't know if we'll be able to hear from him on some of the reaction of what happened, but we know that there are some people that are just talking to us right now, just sharing their excitement about this happening. Now, it took the jury about more than 2 hours to come to this decision, and I wonder if we can get Chris. Okay, Chris is coming over here. Chris has been covering this from beginning to end. Yes, we're live. He was in the courtroom. Describe the reactions when that verdict hit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were relieved. We had people that were from organizations, Team Cody, Moms for Cody, those sort of organizations. One of them is talking with our other reporter over there right now, with Lauren, and we're going to have sound from her later on. It was a brief deliberation, probably the briefest of any that I've covered. Less than 2 hours, because the jury went out to lunch during the 2 hours. They went out at 11:25. They were back by about 1:35. So it was quick, and they were convinced. Again, you do not need a body for a conviction of murder. We learned that twice in the last couple of years. Shanita Ure-Lewis in Newport News, her husband was convicted of her murder. Bellamy Gamboa in Virginia Beach, there was a conviction on a guilty plea, and there was no body found in that case either. So you do not need a body in Virginia to be convicted of murder, and that was proven today.
And so what were some of the reactions? Was Cody's mom there for this verdict?
I did not see her reaction. Whenever a situation like this forms, you get many more bailiffs in the courtroom for security. So I was kind of blocked. I had a bunch of sheriff's deputies that were standing between me and the family. Tandalia Butler was in there. I didn't see any noticeable reaction from her. They moved to revoke his bond. He was let out in handcuffs. So he is incarcerated now, and it will be not until mid-June until he is sentenced.
I'm assuming, he went into custody with no issues. Did his reaction
was no reaction.
change?
He was stoic, as he was throughout the entire 7 days, 5 days last week, 2 days this week.
And I know you mentioned sentencing will come later, but how many years in prison could he serve?
Okay, second-degree murder, 5 to 40 years on that. And I got to check my notes, but I believe it's on a concealment, it's 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. It's either a class 4 or class 6 felony. And we'll have that for you for sure once I dig it out of my notes. But the main charge here, of course, is second-degree murder, and that is 5 years to 40 years.
We have some family that's coming over here right now.
If I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. I never lied from the beginning, and I don't lie now.
Don't say nothing to
Tandalia, so you saw Cody on September 2021?
Say excuse her. Don't put nothing in my face.
And, as expected, the family is very emotional and very upset about this verdict. And then there are advocates who are yelling justice for Cody as the family walks away across the street. We have Tandalia Butler, who is Cory's sister. And then on this other side, these are groups that have been fighting for justice for Cody.
Guilty is charged. Guilty, monster. It's irrelevant.
And so, Nancy, we've been talking to you for a while, and we'd like to talk to all of you about, how are you feeling? What was your reaction when you first heard that verdict?
I wanted to cry.
I wanted to stand up and cry.
His last words?
Yeah, I did.
Jesus,
Sure did.
thank you, Jesus. And then we also have Curtis Brown, who is Cory's attorney over here, if we can squeeze through.
You all presented the case the way that y'all want it, as if he was guilty already and everything, so y'all should be satisfied.
Sir, are you going to appeal?
We'll talk.
Mr. Brown, do you feel as though you had a fair chance for this case?
Yeah.
You were in there. You were in the court, okay?
Yes.
I called Mr. Bill. I said that everybody, you know, you striking all these black people. You black, I said I'm black.
Nothing to do with it. We're talking about a child. We're talking about a 3-year-old.
Quit throwing race.
We're talking about some Mr. Brown. We would like to hear from you. We heard from everybody else.
A lot of emotions right now, as you can tell.
You would walk into the courtroom while you were doing your closing argument. Do you still believe he's alive?
I don't want to.
You don't know. Can we hear him, please? Can we hear him? We need to hear him.
I don't want to say something that, you know, I might have to regret one day. So I think it's best to go.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him. Okay. Anton Bell, the Hampton's Commonwealth attorney, is also walking out. We see the Hampton police chief here as well. People are yelling. We're going to try to catch up to him as much as we can. As you can hear, people are yelling. Not sure if he's going to give us a comment or not. He's walking kind of fast. See if we can catch up.
Anton Bell, prosecutor attorney. Here.
All right. Let's see if we can catch up. Not sure if we'll be able to. All right, he's about to go inside, so we won't be able to talk to him, but here's the Hampton police chief.
In the form of the guilty verdict, your detectives worked years on this case. Excuse me.
All right. Well, there's a lot going on. We tried to catch up with all the key players in this trial, from the Hampton Commonwealth attorney, Anton Bell, to Cory Bigsby's attorney, Curtis Brown, and I'm almost out of breath here. Everyone's walking back now. So we're going to continue to see if we can get a statement from both attorneys on this moving forward. I have not seen Cody's mother, because this might be something that she would be open to speaking to us about. Okay. All right. Now they're letting some media through, so I'm not quite sure if they're going to let anyone in. All right, well, live in Hampton, we're going to bring it back to you guys and try to get more information once we can. I'm Maria Bray, 10 on your side.
Maria, great work out there. Our Maria Bray and Chris Horn literally running down the reaction here on this verdict in Hampton this afternoon. Cory Bigsby found guilty of murder and hiding the body of his 4-year-old son, Cody. He was reported missing 2 years ago. Again, a body never found. A lot of reaction out there. The attorneys couldn't really get much from them yet, as they were really being drowned out by those activists who have fought for 2 years for justice for Cody. And of course, they seemed elated walking out of that courtroom. Our team on the ground is, of course, going to gather more information for you. Look for much more on this coming up on Wavy News 10 on air and on wavy.com. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock or before that if we get more information to bring to you. We're going to turn it back over to your regular programming now. Stephanie Hudson, 10 on your side.